Ahoy! Kaptein Ola here.
Ahoy.
2-week build with Queen Raae, made by Amy. The 2-week build thing.
The 2-week build thing. Yeah. We usually show her website at this point to
Yes, we can.
Showcase what we are working on. But I am, I'm a little, I think it was 7 minutes ago. I was still at the cafe that I was doing my admin work because it's a way to motivate me to do my admin work. And it was a bakery, actually. So
The Samsung.
the Samsung.
Samsung.
Yeah, so 7 minutes ago. I was there.
Yeah, in the middle of our local
neighborhood,
square, whatever you call it. It's a square roundabout.
It is called Calbana Square, but it's actually a roundabout. And if you followed my good morning post, I usually sit at this table when I take that photo. I've been taking photos almost every week to kind of just see the changing scenery. And I don't know, it just felt like a fun thing to do. But
so that's what you mean by GM. Good morning.
Yeah, GM. Yeah, it's an internet like thing. You just write GM and that means good morning.
Right. I'm learning so much.
I mean, yesterday you learned about Raycast and Clean Shot, and today you learn about GM. I mean, what a time to be alive. So we are working. Yeah.
We are working on. Yes, yes, I want to talk about that.
Yes, we are working on our 2-week build challenge, which is a podcast website. And I'm going to scroll up here because this is what we did yesterday.
Yes.
We kind of mapped out our, my words are not here.
Design.
It's design, but this is, we made wireframes, but with the arrows, it also is a little bit of a user flow. Like, how do you get from one place to another? And today we are going to be digging into design. And in the title, I've been like, teasing a little bit because I want to use just Vanilla CSS. So I titled this stream Vanilla Styling with Vanilla CSS or something like that. But what I'm going to do now before we leave is that I am going to grab this link and then I'm going to put it below here. And I was only 7 minutes late.
Which is fine. That's totally fine.
Well, I'm just going to write our, our tagline. A queen is never late.
Oh, man. Dude.
And then, I'm going to do a little bit of it. No, I'm just going to do a royal crown. Which is the crown.
The crown. The crown weighs heavy.
And then we'll pop that in there. So get some more eyeballs on it.
Eyeballs.
Okay. So I was sitting there and I was thinking I should start downloading the assets that we want to use because I thought it's not that fun watching me download assets. But then I got an inbound call from somebody that wanted me to do web things. I think he's seen as around Morton. I think he's seen as around LinkedIn or somewhere. He was just like, you do internet things. And he wants a little bit of an old school game for a large touch screen. Not really something we do. So I was trying to refer him to other people that I know. But then I remembered I do know somebody in one of the communities I'm a part of who does work and has been doing DevRel work and educational work for a game engine. So I popped him a little message. I'm like, hey, totally, let's do it. But would you want to make this game with us? Because then we could, do it on stream as a thing for this game engine and also have it be a product that will be out there in Norway. I'm not going to say what company would be getting this because this is not certain at all. But I mean, it was fun to just get this call. And it's actually an old friend of mine, or not old, but it's an old, well, he is old too. Sorry. He is a friend of my mother's, and he
Yeah.
actually called me. And the only reason I took the call was that he was actually saved in my contacts with like his name and
Yeah.
his company. I'm
Yeah.
getting so many spam calls these days that
Yeah.
I ignore it, but it was like lighting up on my table there at the cafe,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'll pick it up, because he's also an old friend.
When
Okay,
I was a kid,
yeah,
you know, and the phone rang, you had to pick it up, or else you wouldn't
Yeah.
know who it was who
I
called.
mean, those were the bad old days.
Oh my God, no! Because every time you picked up, it was actually somebody who wanted to call you. It was not like some sales dude named Preben who just, was doing the numbers. Yeah, those were the days. And you know what my father used to do? Because what people did in the old days, they call you up and they wouldn't say their name. And my father was old school. He didn't like that. He wanted people to be polite. So when people called up and said, "Hello, can I talk to Ola?" That's me, he'd say, "Yeah, it's him," because his name was also Ola. And then they'd be like,
So he handed the phone over to you, and then you took the sales calls, and they were like, "What?"
It's not sales calls. It was my friends who were impolite, and my father was teaching them a
Oh,
lesson.
now I
And
get it.
if you're not
I was
saying who
looking
you
at these
are,
illustrations.
I love them. You like that one, don't you? You always look
Yeah,
at that.
yeah.
Stop,
Now
stop,
we
don't move.
okay.
You see that little orange thing?
This one?
It can be, I can see your pointy thing, but it can, yes, it can totally be a submarine. You just
Yeah,
tilt it like this,
and
and
it's a
then,
submarine. And then we
yeah.
remove this little water, whatever this is.
Don't you think they have just that somewhere without the,
Probably.
yeah?
I mean,
What
with
is it
this
called?
system,
What
we
was it
can
called? Click it again.
open it.
What?
Raccoon watering plants.
Oh,
But if I open it in their online, they also have an online editor. Oh, that might be a little too much for streaming.
no, don't do that. No.
Yeah, we're not gonna
No.
do that. I'm
Okay,
also
good.
getting signal that we have really bad internet now. I don't know what's up, but
I'll
anyway,
turn off some internet. I have internet on my iPad. I'll turn it off.
yeah,
We don't need that.
these are our things at least, or this is
Yep.
like our little bit of a inspiration for illustrations. I don't know if we're gonna get to illustrations
Can-
today, but
Oh, okay.
and then
Okay.
this was our little kind of also inspiration. So I'll have these two open. But what were you gonna say?
I thought we were doing illustrations, so I was going to say something about that. But if you're not, I'm not going to. I
Well, I
turn
think
off my internet on the
okay.
iPad.
I thought we're gonna start with like getting this wireframe to actually, get our pages to look like these wireframes, and then we'll like
Yes.
sprinkle in a little bit of
Let's do it.
illustrations after the fact.
Wireframes.
I even have to open my coding editor. I was so good. I just closed everything down to get that admin going. So nothing is open. There we go. This is our correct
What?
system. Yeah, because yesterday we didn't code. We were just writing that wireframe, didn't we?
That's insane.
Remove collection. Yeah, this should be the last part. Okay, so why is there a change in my package lock? Oh, we updated Astro. That's okay. Let's update Astro. So let's commit, and then we'll push that. What's happening, Ola? You sound frustrated.
I am. You know what? Screw this. Oh, did you hear me? I thought I was muted. Sorry about that.
We could hear your frustration.
I'm just dandy. Don't mind me. I'm totally happy over here.
Okay, sorry. Where are we? There we are. Okay. So Yeah, I just pushed that change, and then I thought let's go and have a look at. I remember Astro having some pretty good like styling documentation for how to best
Ooh.
do styling. Of course, we could just make one CSS file and put all our styling in there, but
Yeah.
Astro comes with ways of like adding styles to your components or adding styles to specific pages. So I thought we like have a little bit of look at what they suggest is the best practices.
But
And
what is
then
styling? And you said structure, and you gotta talk a little bit about the vocabulary.
so what do you mean about so we want to I want to create what we have here on the screen with wireframes. So I want
This
to
is
make like
UX.
yeah, this is UX, I would say. But now we're going to start bridging into like UI, where we're going to take each of these components and um, build them and style them.
And what's the difference between UX and UI?
So UX is more of the experience. So how do you move through the site and how does it feel to kind of use it? While
Yeah.
UI is often more just a design. But I
Okay,
don't
and
think UX
to,
versus UI. It's
today
not
we're
like
doing CSS.
yeah, so today we're doing styling, which is I think is very much into the UI land. Look at this. UX, product strategy, user research, information architecture, testing and iteration.
Oh,
UI,
okay.
color theory, typography, design pattern, interactivity, and animation. And
Wow,
then they
every word there is like super vague except typography.
and prototyping, I guess, maybe.
Prototyping can mean a million things.
Yeah.
It could be
Well,
pieces of paper you show people, or maybe
definitions are
prototyping.
hard,
Yeah,
but
that's why
since
you
we
shouldn't do
are
it.
since we're kind of like, we are not a big organization. We just do it all.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we're gonna go into styling. We won't do much interactivity and animation today.
The operative word is doing. That's what we like to do. We
That's
like to do
that's the
stuff.
operative word.
Yeah.
Whew, I'm getting into it. Like this has taken a while just to get here today. Here, CSS and styling. So we can have scoped styles, which is pretty cool. Then it will only affect whatever is in the component, Astro component that we are styling in.
Yes.
And then we can have global styles that are just regular, would just be like regular old CSS in its own file. But we have,
Yes.
because we're in gastro, we're not in gastro.
We're in
I have to stop saying,
Gastroland.
we have to stop saying gastro.
Woo!
Astro, we are in Astro land. We, we'll have to say that it's global, or I think you can also just have, of course, external styles, which would then be in its own file. So we could start maybe by this creating an external style.
Oh man, this looks totally like what I did in my Gatsby course with Wes Boss.
Of
Let's
course,
see.
it's the same stuff.
Yeah, it's styling global styles and
Mm-hmm.
styling the nav and the logo, styling our layout.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So which
It's
of them are
all
you
of
doing
that.
first?
I thought we should just start with some like global settings. And I think I want to have that in its own styles folder. I'm not sure. Or should we put it in the layout folder or in the layout component? I'm a little uncertain. Let's put it in its own local style sheet. I like a local style sheet. And then we can use Sass. I like Sass. It makes you write nested, or now you can do nested CSS with just CSS. So let's not do Sass. Nested CSS.
I'm gonna look at Wes Boss's repo now and see how he does it. Because I'll recognize it instantly once I see it. Oh, it's a great
Okay,
course,
you
by the
can
way. I
nest
love that.
any selector inside another, but it must start with symbol.
Let's
Cannot be
see.
direct reference to an HTML element. This code is invalid and p selector is not parsed, but this works.
Oh, dude.
Okay, that is
I
interesting.
need you
So
to
let's
do that.
not install Sass. Let's just use nested CSS if we need some nesting. So then the only thing we need to do is to create a styles folder. Well, this
Yeah.
is our source. You know what? I think we're just going to have it in the root. So have a global CSS, because then it's very visible that we have a global CSS file, and then we can do any override inside of the components. I think that makes sense. And then we'll also have to remove, because we do have some styling. Let's look at what we have. So if we do npm run dev, this is what we have. So I think we should start with the all episode page. And this is what we have. So what we'll start by doing is going into layouts and then just removing our MVP CSS. So we were using MVP CSS to just have something while we were working, so it wouldn't look super awful. But so now that I've removed it, it looks like this. And that's because I think I put some styling in here in the global styling. So let's just remove that. And then it should look like this. So as you can see, I mean, even with no styling, it actually is a proper website. That's what's so cool when you actually use semantic HTML, right? We have a home, we have the all episodes there. Like this still works, even though if it doesn't look, like we want it to, but it's still a good one.
Wespos has he's got a folder which he calls styles. That's what I thought.
Yeah, that is pretty common. But since I think we'll only have like some base stuff here in our global CSS. I am thinking that it's fine with just one file, and then we'll do the rest of the styles inside of these components. But the first thing I want to do is that I want to have a background, and I want that to be floral white, because that's my favorite background.
Yeah.
And suddenly my memory, like how do we do variables again? How do we do variable? It's been so long since I styled something from scratch. So we can have a look at let's have a look at the MVP style. So if you go to GitHub,
MVP you talked about us using that, but you stopped.
Well, now I removed it, but like this is a good way to start seeing what we might need of styling, but we want our own. So we'll start by defining some CSS variables. So this is all to force me to relearn proper CSS, but also learn the new stuff that comes with CSS that I've seen to have forgotten.
So Wespos, he has this. He calls them const global styles equal blah blah blah. Oh, he's using style components.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. But the way I like to name things is actually inspired by Muy, because they have a really good way of naming that kind of makes sense. Because with Tailwind, all of the colors are like hard-coded as the color name. But what we want to do here is that we want to be able to kind of change the color so you can get your vibe for your website and for your podcast, and then Data in the Wild can have another one. And let me see. They really have some good names that we're just going to steal. Okay, so my screen is not working.
Your screen is not working? What do you mean?
It's flickering, so I'm getting totally...
Okay, I'll turn off the internet on my phone too then.
Well, that doesn't have to do with the internet. There's some kind of interference on my USB, I think. And it was funny. I was watching Jason Lingstorf's live stream yesterday, and he was having the same issues. I think the USB ports are
screwing up.
The USB hubs are collaborating and messing up.
Yes.
So let's have a look. This is the one for the screen. Yeah, you are very warm. Maybe that's the issue. Okay, we are reconnecting the screen. Hopefully that helps. That does not help. Let me turn the screen on and off.
It's a big screen?
It's the big screen. It's flickering like crazy. And
I'm not Or am I? Yes, I am using the one with the little flash. That is USB.
Yeah. Do you
Or
have
is that
some
flash?
do you have a fun story to tell?
Yeah. So uh yesterday we talked about, how doing live videos like we do now is the best thing you can do to consistently produce content, not only video content. Well, but we do that. We clip it up, or actually Krista clips it up and just puts it out on the social medias. But also, uh, on the last Mixpod thing, you wrote a blog post or something, didn't you? After we did the Mixpod, wasn't it Mixpod? What was it
No, it's
about
actually
again?
no, it's actually one of these podcast streams about the remote Astro collections. I wrote that
Yes, yes,
after getting it, doing it live, and then I was inspired, and then I wrote the blog post.
yes, 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 and because um, if you're like doing content for devs, what you want to is to inspire them to do something. And
Yeah.
and that's
Sorry, I'm
harder.
gonna keep
Yeah,
talking, but I'm gonna have to restart the whole system because I
and
can't.
that's
I get
yeah, and
have
that's
fun.
harder. It's harder to inspire people to do stuff than you might think. But if you're here, on the video, live, doing stuff, um, that is talking to the right part of the brain of devs, because it's what they do at work. They're coding, and then you're coding there on the screen, and then you could do that on ordinary video too. The one of the things that is good with live is that you get inspired by being live, um especially if you know somebody in the audience who's watching you right now. Then you get more inspired, and people can. That's the thing with video compared to writing. It's much easier to get the vibe. Oh, this dude is really inspired by, like, let's say we were not building a website. Now we were working on our product, the web tool that is like our company has. And then you can tell that when I'm showing how to use it, and you have this problem, then you should do this, and how I'm really inspired about finding the solution. Then the dev who's watching, he might get, or she might get inspired too, and she might uh go off and do it, do the stuff you did. Or maybe she's got some other problem that she's been putting off. She's like, oh, I don't want to get into that, but then she gets inspired and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna actually do it. And that's one of the good things about live.
What, that the USB hub crashes?
Well, um is it better now?
We'll see. I'm turning on my screen again. Hopefully, it is.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I talked about how it's easier to show that you're inspired when you're live. There is something about sitting there alone with your video camera, just filming yourself. It's you and the computer, basically. But it's not in your normal kind of way where you're working with code. You're actually like getting held at gunpoint by the camera. It's like, he's like, put him up, man, and you're sitting like this, and you're like, oh no. And then maybe you might be super inspired, but how do you show it? How do you show that you're inspired when you're like stiff as pardon my language, corpse? So that's one of the good things with, for
I
us at least,
I think it's good.
with live. It's
Yes,
easier to
I
show that
will
you're inspired.
not get a migraine by looking at this screen now. Okay, I'm gonna share again. Present.
You can do it.
Okay. Add to screen. Okay. So I was saying before the story, I said that we should steal some of the naming from
Muy.
Mui because I like their naming a lot.
Yeah.
And usually they call like the background for your site, they call it like paper.
Ooh.
And I like that because
Yeah.
it just makes more because then it's like, okay, what's your paper color and what's my paper color?
Especially for you who usually have paper color as paper color.
But now it looks like they changed it. Primary, secondary, error warning. No, these are the
No, don't do that. Why?
they used to have one where it was all of them.
Mm.
Default theme. Here we
All of
go.
them? What do you
Palette.
mean? What do
Yeah,
you mean
here
all
we
of them?
can see what they call all of the different customization. So they have background and then they have paper. So I like the color that is vacant, but they call it background. I'm not that concerned with calling it something, so we just call it paper. But I like that word. And then our text can be some kind of dark slate gray, maybe slate gray. I want it to be
Why?
more brownish. Let me get my HTML color. Sometimes I think it's funny just to like use the HTML color names to like make it, I don't know, harder on myself.
Yeah.
Where are those names? Here. These are the official HTML names.
Oh,
So could do
okay.
for the color.
Mm,
There's one that West
ba.
Best always does, and it's like some kind of fan. Well, maybe we could do maroon as the text color. Would that be enough of a contrast? See, this is floral white. It's my favorite. Ivory is pretty cute too. And teak
Use
white.
floral
That's
white
lily.
then.
I'm gonna use floral, right? Right, that's what I'm gonna use. Well, let's do maroon for the text color for now. And then we can start. So we'll do HTML, and then we can do background color paper, and let's have a look at our site. And at some point I need to like create my own little starter so I don't start all the way from scratch every time. Why is it? Oh, we haven't installed. This is funny. We just created the file. We need to link it up, right? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Can I even code? There we go. Import a local style sheet. So we just imported like normal. So we'll go to our layout then, which is kind of our base page, and we can do import. Import. And what did they call it? No, you don't call it anything. You just import it like so. There we go.
Yep.
And then now we're getting feedback again, Ola. Can you remove your mobile phone from the
Feedback. Sorry. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
maroon is not dark enough, but I didn't find another good color. So we'll have to find one of the other colors that might just find the color. It's still feedbacking.
Oh no! Stop it. Is that better?
Tailwind. This
Tell
is
me it's
me.
better.
It's better. This is gonna be one of a kind type of
No,
stream.
don't
Okay,
worry. It's
rose,
cool.
rose. Ooh, I like this color. I like this rose color, which is all the way at the end. Will that be darker than the maroon? Or we could use this like yellow dark. This looks like a brown to me. Or this amber or this orange. They look pretty similar, I gotta say. I'm gonna grab this one. It looks like the darkest one.
What is it? The red now?
No, now it's the kind of like brownish.
You're doing brown. Okay.
I'm doing brown as the color because I feel like that's nicer on paper white than black. Like a dark brown is nicer on paper white than dark. And then we're gonna go on over to I think maybe that's the color I have here. Let's see what color do I have
That
here.
looks black.
Yeah, but you know, it's almost like this is like my website is a mismatch of like Tailwind and some other things. Fonts, system fonts. I like to use system fonts to start. So let's head over to this repo that shows us the kind of system fonts we can have, which means that we don't have to download any fonts. We're going to use the fonts that are on people's computers.
Yes.
And we have to select. So what we were getting, everything is closed because I had to restart. You know, we had this as one of our like inspo. Oh God, I am back. This is too much today. I kind of like this little like where it's like angly. I don't know.
Yeah.
So let's try to find a system font that is kind of the same.
Sharp corners.
Like yeah, sharp edges. Is it this one? Let's have a look. Well, we have old style, which is more of the like newspaper style. The humanist. No, we don't want that. We want more. Well, maybe we could do like a monoslab serif monospace code. That could be cool too. Well, this industrial looks pretty good. Hey, we got a comment.
All right. Hello. Okay, I put it on the screen.
Okay, I want slab serif. Let's go with
it's
slab
XCGTO. XCGTO. Ooh, heyo, Queen Raae and chat. And also we got White Panther. White Panther.
Hey.
What category are you even streaming in now? This is a strange experience. Yes.
We are totally new to Twitch, so we might not have set anything up correctly because this is new to us. So you'll need to give me.
She says it's like no category. Is that laughing out loud emoji?
I don't even know what that is. There's
Phil?
our podcast. Look at that. We changed the font face to this like cool font face.
Look at
That's
these
pretty
cool emojis. Exy, he says Exy is fine. And look at the emoji. It's like,
yeah, I think that you can do more fun things on Twitch than you can on YouTube.
Looks like. Okay, I'll have to go to Twitch then. I'm never
Okay, so now we at least have some color. We can start playing with the structure a little bit. So we are working on the episodes page. I think we were deciding to start on all episodes. So we wanted it to. We need to change our fav icon because I keep thinking that the docs are our website. Let's change our fav icon. I have a trick for that. Let's see. Fav icon. It's something I learned off of CS. Yeah, I learned it off of CSS tricks that you can use an emoji as a fav icon.
I love it.
And it's
emoji.
Originally from Aaliyah. So if we copy this into our head, we should be able to. Oh yes, so there we replaced the fav icon, and then we can put an emoji in here, and maybe we'll put a microphone then, since we're doing microphone. Not microbe, microphone. There, studio microphone.
Wow.
Look at that. Now we can find our site. Now we can find our tab because we are all over the place. We're designing, Salma. So when I design, I am all over the place trying to like get inspo and colors and little tricks from here and there. So my tab game is out of control. Okay, we
Well,
fixed that.
you put the
So
crown up there. Okay.
no,
Yeah.
I put the
What?
microphone for this site. The other site
Oh,
was the
I
yeah.
can't
So
see. Is that a
let's
microphone? Yeah.
it is a
That's right.
microphone.
That's
I mean,
that's right. But
YOLO is my middle name. That's all I gotta say. Okay,
that's right.
so
White Panther.
uh,
YOLO.
I am gonna start with an exegitio. Uh,
You can
wow,
just
these
call him
emojis are
Exy.
cool. Oh, XC was fine. Okay, yeah. I
Yeah.
love these emojis. We should have been
Yeah,
on
me
Twitch
too.
a long time ago.
Look, I love
I'm
these
gonna
wings.
start with this little box here, and I'm gonna make it into a component because we want to use it on this page and this page and
Yeah.
this page. So let's make it
Look,
into a component.
these wings here, they're kind of like, the Hell's Angels skull. I should have a skull with like wings. That's what I should. Okay.
You
Okay.
should find that. Yes.
Let's see. Yeah, search.
Are you in
Skull.
Twitch now? Are you trying to
Yeah,
do Twitch stuff, Ula?
I'm
You're
in
so
I'm in
hip.
Twitch. I'm in
I mean,
Twitch.
you're in with the kids, right?
I
This is
know. Oh yeah, I knew it. If you search skull in emojis, there's no skull. Thanks.
okay. So components.
How is
This
that even
is
possible? Of course there is skull. You don't have skull?
well, we just want Astro components. So
They
slots, but
don't
we
have
actually need
skull.
named slots.
Man.
No, we just need props, component props.
Wow.
So
There's
we'll
no
need
skull.
to have a little bit of front mentor here in our new component. And for it, we need, well, should we just like, we're just gonna pop in the whole episode, right? We should be able to do that when we use the component. Yeah, we'll just do episode. Or can we do ... like we do in React? Let's check that. So at least we need the slug.
Yeah.
And we need the title. And we
Yeah.
need the description. And we'll use that in here. So instead of using the entry, we're going to use it from the prop. Why are we getting errors? There we go.
Oh yeah.
And then if we go back here now to our page, we should be able to use the episode component. And we'll need to import it. Will it import it for us? No. So we'll import episode from component episode. That is true. Can we now? Do you think we can do ... entry like we do in data that we do in
Maybe.
in React?
Would be nice. It would be
That
nice.
would be nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
that looks like it
Yeah.
worked.
yeah. Hey, look at
Why?
this.
It did work.
Yeah. Then that's a good time to pull up the Kraken emoji. Look at
There's
that.
even a Kraken emoji, and we've been
Yeah.
pirating so long without the Kraken emoji.
That's right.
That is
Okay.
right.
Do they have
Okay.
pirate? No pirate? You know the closest thing they have
I am
to
not going to
pirate.
get you to focus on this code at all, am I?
They have great fun emojis, but this is what I get when I search for pirate. Doesn't that look like a football to you?
That does
Oh,
look like it's probably
there
one
is
of the. There's a
yeah,
soccer team, or not a soccer team.
yeah,
There's an American football team called the Pirates.
yeah. That's
Okay.
right. That's right.
But we wanted it to look not like this. We wanted it to look more like this. So we need to grab the image for the podcast. But I think for Slow and Steady, we have the same image for all of the episodes. So this will be quite boring, but we'll do it anyways. So if we have a look at our content episodes, there should be an image there somewhere, shouldn't there? My VS Code is out of whack. Okay. There is no image. So this one doesn't have any image. So, okay. So we're not going to do that then. We're not going to do that. But we're going to do that little fun, like border. We're going to do this kind of a style. So on our episode, we are going to start styling it. Style. And Copilot is being helpful. I do want some kind of padding at the bottom, but I want a border, and I want it to be 4 pixels solid, and then I want it to be the text color because I want it to be the same color as the text.
Yeah.
Or maybe we should make a border. So border color, because in case we want to change that down the line, we can do border color, and we'll just do that the same as the text. Okay, how is it looking now? Why is this not happening? Article. Oh, I wrote solid.
Huh?
It's still not working.
Solid?
Something wrong. What am I doing wrong with my... Let's just do blue and see if we can find it. There it is. So it's the border color that is not correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote border color. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Okay. Still not working. Can I not use the CSS variables in there? I should be able to. Border color. I am copy pasting you over here. Oh, there's a missing semicolon. There we go. And then I want a little bit of padding. And I often like the padding to be consistent with the font size. So I'll do an M here. I'll do 1M. Then it's as big as the font size setting, but we'll do even bigger. We'll do 1.m at the top and then do 2 at the sides. Maybe that looks good. That looks better. And then, yes,
and then,
Ulla?
What is this then? Is maybe that they're trying to show me that it's almost skull?
I don't know. I think that's just Salma's White Panther.
It looks like a rubber... It's a rubber cat with a bag of money.
It's a scam panther.
Woo!
I think you have to like talk to us like we're like, you know, we are 80 years old and have never been part of internet culture for us to to understand what's happening here on Twitch.
No skulls equals scam. Yes. Yes. This one then. It's some kind of cat.
I kind of want
scam panther. Yeah.
The text in here to be a little bit less. I want it to be a little bit less thick. So maybe we can do a font weight that is a little bit...
Can I make it bigger? Not like bigger, but like click the little plus. It's very small.
What is small? Oh, this. Oh, sorry.
Everything.
There we go.
Everything is so small.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, smile for the camera. I took a screen grab or whatever you call it.
Well, it looks like there is no thinner version of this text, but it's thicker. You can do bolder. I want the title. So then we want to do the H. Can we do this even bolder, or is this as bold as it can get? Font weight. Bolder, lighter, normal. So it's the same as bold. Yes, it doesn't have that many font sizes, this font family, but we'll have to live with that. So we'll do, well, we didn't do anything. We're just going to use the system size for this. but then we just want to make it smaller. Where is our, and maybe we want like the episode like this. Oh, like these things are looking good. I want something like this. And then we need the play button and then the listen on. So maybe we shouldn't have the description because that it looks a little full, like it's a little too much. Do we have a shorter description? Yes, we have a summary. Let's use the summary instead. So we'll need to add that to our collection so that we get it. So summary, string, and then we can go to our episode and then we'll use our summary instead.
I need to say something. I have to go to a meeting in 5 minutes, so boo. That is not a pinnable moment.
Comment.
Well, this is then. So I saw your
Alma,
video.
I need to come on. Sorry, yeah.
What? What do you say?
Go ahead, Ulla. Go ahead.
I saw your video, Salma. You're sitting on the couch. It's so authentic, you know. I love it. Yeah, we had a whole discussion about authenticity in the kitchen, late night authenticity discussion in the kitchen yesterday. And like and subscribe, like and subscribe,
like and subscribe. Both our channel and White Panther's channel.
Yeah. They're going to
and Excess channel.
Yeah, they're going to. What is going to happen in Queen Raae with all the videos and stuff?
What videos and stuff?
They'll be talking about authenticity in videos.
Yeah, I'm going to write a blog post. I am working on a blog post on why techfluencers are holding microphones now.
Yeah.
It's coming tonight.
Yes. But it's not mean.
It's not mean.
It's yeah, the like and subscribe, it works. Yeah, that's what the research shows, don't it?
Yeah. But now I'm wondering why I added my config.
Yeah.
And I added summary. Yeah. Maybe I need to restart Astro for that to work.
She doesn't mean that. She means the mic thing and the couch thing. Yeah, it works.
I mean, the mic thing worked. Like Salma is crushing it.
Yeah. Crushing the mic thing.
It is. Yeah, there's like I think she got like 10,000 views on that video.
But hold on a minute. You know. Yeah. Yes. That's right. I was
good
right.
One.
Yeah.
Good one.
No, I pinned the wrong one. Okay, crushing all the mic holders. Yeah, that's right. I tried to think about how to say it, but yeah, that's right. So
okay, so summary is optional.
Yeah, I love it.
I don't understand.
Yeah. It's not often you see like irony and kind of sarcasm work on the internet. You know, it's not recommended to use irony on the internet because nobody gets it. But yeah, crushing it. So enjoy your meeting. And
I don't understand.
What?
We have episodes here, and it has a summary. There is the summary, and I'm adding it to the config for this collection summary.
Yeah.
And I even asking it to be optional, but front mentor does not match collection schema.
Yeah.
Expected type string received null, but
yeah.
But why?
I don't know.
See you later, alligator.
I don't know.
Well, let's do formatted summary then. See what happens.
Well,
that looks like that looks like it works. So let's do formatted summary. Look at that. Now we're looking much better. And then we want the podcast. And then I want this to be a max. I want these articles to have a max size. So we're going to have a max width on these of about 65 characters. That looks good to me. And then I don't want to style. So I'm going to remove this margin because I don't like styling components outside of themselves. I only want to style them in, like from the border and in, right? So I'll go in the layout file or maybe in global, and I'll set our main to be a max width. And that could probably be like a little bit long, like a little bit wider, but I don't want these to be wider. And then max width, 80 characters, and then I'll do center it. So now it looks good. But we're a little off center because I said that the main should be 80, and then these episodes should be 65. And I like it to be like a little bit to the left of center. So this looks nice to me. And now we have an option. I said I didn't like to do outside on the component. So what we could do is that in our global main, we could add like a default if there is a child plus another child, then we'll do a margin bottom.
Yep, that's right.
So I want it to be plus. No, a margin top because it's the one. And now we get this, and it's not on the article, but maybe it's a little broad to put it on main because we might want to have sections and stuff, but we'll see where we end up with this styling. Another way of doing it could be to not have it here. If you actually want it on the component, you could do plus, and then another article, you could do padding. So instead of adding the pad or adding the margin, I mean, to the article, you only added, if there are two of them next to each other. Or above each other. But we're going to use it. We're going to do it here. Okay, so this is looking better, I think. Let's get a little bit. Well, here it's like thinner. Let's maybe do thinner.
So what do we think that it will be the surprise shipment from Astro today?
Remote collections.
Do we really think so, or is that just a dream?
It's a dream.
It's a dream.
Okay, I don't want these to be blue, so let's head on back to our global, and we will make our A's color be inherent.
Oh, we have a prediction. We have a prediction. Exy says, I clicked it. Why didn't it happen? Exy says, Astro DB related ? But what would that mean?
Well, it could be. I mean, we could both be right, where it's where they're doing some kind of support for remote data, kind of being cached in the Astro DB. Like that's the way to make it happen.
Yeah.
So I don't think we should have. I don't think we need to have the underline on this header, but I don't want to remove that from everywhere. So I'm going to say we're just going to do this for now on the article. So inside of our article, the funny thing here from the article, and then we could, if we're doing this globally, we could have done nested styles, but since these styles are only styles in Astro, will only be for this component, we can actually start another one. And so we'll do H2A should be text texturation none, and then if on hover we'll do text declaration underline. So you get it if you hover over it, but not otherwise, because what we want to have as the primary kind of CTA here is that we'll want to have a menu, and inside of this menu, we would want to have a play button.
Yeah. Let's see.
This will be our main thing.
Did we give the Pirate Princess her phone back, or is it still on your desk?
No, I gave her her phone, and also Harald said he would pick her up today and drive her home because she had so much stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Yeah. That is nice.
So our menu has margins, and I think we should do a little bit of a reset. I forgot that.
Why?
Styling from scratch is, long ago. I've done that. Margin 0. Look at that. And padding 0.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I kind of just want to go with the system and just go with the platform and maybe not override everything and just do it. No, we're going to do it specifically because, yeah, we're not going to do that. We are just going to do it here. We're going to do padding. Padding 0.
Padding.
And then we're just going to style the button in this component for now. But if we see that we're going to use the same kind of styling for the buttons again and again, then I think we should move it out.
Okay.
So Copilot gave us a little bit of a thing here. Let's do, so we have the paper, we have the text, but we also want like a primary. We want a brand color. And I want orange, red, I think. And then we want an accent color. And I want that to be more of a green. So isn't there an emerald? Yeah, there's an emerald. So let's just go with those for now. So here we would want the background to be the brand. And then we want the color to be paper. So we're going to flip it.
All right.
There we go.
Yeah.
And then we don't want any border radius because I kind of want it to be, I want it to be more like this. I like this style. I don't know how they do it. We need to figure out how they did that. Like where it
Like the thing, there's like, what do you call that then? Is that shadow or?
It's like a shadow, like a brutalist shadow that is coming out here.
I think Vespos had those on his.
Yeah, but I think we can just, if we inspect and we go hover, we can see what happens. It's a box shadow.
Box shadow. All right.
Yeah, so let's see. On hover, we're going to copy this box shadow. Box
shadow.
And then I am guessing there's a transition on the box shadow. So
yeah, he has box shadow and he has var parentheses dash.
Look at that. We got it. We just
it's
copy
much better
it
with red and orange. It looks great.
So I like that it was play episode.
I gotta say, Vespos has on his box shadow, he has something var parentheses. He has 3 var.
Yeah, because he's probably taking it from these pixels and also the color. Like we should also have the color come from somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah. So we need to think through our color, like our variables a little bit, because now we have the accent, which is the green. Let's have a look at these greens. Teal.
Yeah.
Let's make it be teal. And we might be needing like better names so we can have names for everything, because paper will be the background. And then we have that text color. And then we have the brand, and then we have the accent, but then we'll probably need to have like brand subdued or something. Brand shadow. And that could be that orange color. And then we can do brand shadow here. But I am not a design system specialist. So, and usually I just design for myself. But since this will be both for you and me, like it would be interesting to do some kind of, look at that.
Some kind of.
Why is it turning into another color? Well, it is. Okay.
Oh, it's no longer orange, you mean?
Yeah, it is orange, but it's a different orange because I maybe I let it override. Yeah, so I think we'll need to like look into this a little bit more, like how we should name them so it works for both yours and mine. That we
Yeah.
can just swap. Because what I want to do is just be able to swap out these and get like a completely different vibe.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is going a little too much off, and that is because it's using pixels, right? But if we do it more, let's do it with ems so that it's actually in relations to the size of the text.
But you're saying that var in Vespas's thing is like a naming thing. It's like a variable.
It's the same thing here. It's a CSS variables. So we, in JavaScript we write var, var paper equals floral, right? But in CSS we create variables with
Oh,
dash
you
dash.
have var there.
Yeah,
You
so
got lots of var.
dash dash paper is now a CSS variable with this value inside of paper, and then we can use it by saying var and then the name of the variable.
Those are the very. No, go. Where do you create them?
You create them. I think you can actually create them anywhere, but
There.
usually you create the global ones in root, and
Yeah.
these will be available for
Yeah. Okay.
all the styles. But then
Yeah.
we could also create like under main here. I think we could create new variables and even overwrite them so that
But
now
you
inside
say
of
dash
paper we
dash,
do green.
and that's dash dash. That's the variable.
Hmm.
That's like okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
see.
now I said that paper is green. So from main on down, paper is green. So now suddenly we got green on
Yeah.
the text there.
Yeah.
So you can do all kinds of things.
I like that.
So we'll do button color, and then I
I
think we should
like
do
it.
button color actually. Button color. And we'll do that and we'll set that to brand.
Oh,
And then we'll do
63. Is that right?
button text. And I think we can do white, or I think we'll do floral white for like a nicer, or maybe I'll just not reuse them. I'll do, because in case we want these to be totally different, maybe we want the brand and then here we want teal or some other color. So now we have it again. And because I changed the box shadow now to 0.3, it actually becomes a percentage of the font size for that button.
I like it.
So if we now say that the button should have a font size of, extra large, our shadow becomes larger. And that's a way to not, hard code your styling. Your styling is relative to the things around it.
Yep. I
So,
like it.
XA is saying, or a CMS system with Astro as a backend. That would also be amazing.
Yeah.
So, does somebody want to go and check Twitter and see if
I
Astro
checked.
has?
I checked.
Okay.
That's why I asked. But I'll check again. I'll check again.
We're suddenly 1/4 past. We got a late start here. We'll just keep on going and actually style this thing. I'll try and not talk so much and actually do some more work.
But if I search Twitter, then maybe people will say what they think it's going to be.
Yeah,
Should I just write Astro then, or what should I write?
probably.
They don't really use any hashtags, so hashtags aren't cool anymore then. Should I stop using hashtag to be more authentic?
Now you're just playing.
No! I love it.
So
In
it
Norway,
looks like the button
yeah.
color, the button font is not does not inherit the HTML font family.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I want our font. Let's do font primary.
What's with search these days? I search for Astro, and the 2 first hits I get on Twitter is us.
I don't know. I think that the
They want us
search
to
on
see
Twitter has
ourselves.
been like super weird. Font
Yeah.
primary. Well, maybe I should do that as a, let's see here. So button text, and then we'll do button font. And I want that to be the same one for now. So maybe we'll just do font. Now I'm
It's
just all over the
funny.
place.
When you search Astro, you get lots of like space stuff.
Yeah, it's really hard to search for Astro stuff because of that. We're gonna call, what did they call this system font? This was the slab serif. So I'm gonna call it the slab serif. Slab serif. And then I think we should get one that could look good with that.
Oh man. The only hits I get on Astro that are actually dev related is us. Lol. Oh,
Yes,
look at
Matty,
this.
we are multi-streaming. We're
Yeah,
testing it out, and we are
yeah,
Twitch noobs.
yeah.
So Exa
That's right.
and Salma White Panther was like doing things that we did not understand because we are not. Yeah, we don't know
Let's
what we're doing.
go. Yeah, that's right.
So
Do you know
we
this
are
guy?
trying to do some styling, and I was very late because I was at a coffee shop working, and then I got an inbound sales call, and I ended up being like running to the stream, so we've had a slow start, but now we're doing pretty well. So let's do our our font. Let's do a slab as our font family. Well, maybe let's do our font family. Family is the slab serif, and then our button font is our industrial. That, can we rename these things? Refactor? No, we cannot refactor CSS variables. Do you see what Matt is saying? We all do things on Twitch no one understands. Well, I hope we'll get into the fold of what folks do on here. Okay, so now we have play episode. But why? Oh, var. Let's do var industrial. So shouldn't the industrial be a little bit different? Yes, because we now need to do button font on our button.
Yep.
So we'll do.
All right.
Okay, see, now we have a different font on the play app. Oh, I like this industrial. Maybe the industrial should be our main font. Let's see how that looks. Oh, I like this. Do you like this, Ola?
Yep.
I like this better. Well, we're gonna keep you, slab. We're gonna keep you in there in case we want to do something fun with you. Maybe we should do the slab on the button just to like have a little bit of. No, we shouldn't. Oh, I like this. I like this.
Oh yeah.
But can we get a bolder? I want it to be bolder.
Okay.
So let's do H2. Font weight bolder. No, see, this is the issue. These fun fonts are not giving me the chance to make them into different, font weights, variants, font weights, font weight.
There it is.
Let's see. Yeah. But you see, no matter what I choose, it's the same font weight. So, okay. Yeah. That was a pity.
Why?
Okay, let's go back to slab then for our main font, and then our menus can have this industrial look. I like that. Maybe we should have a third. Oh, maybe we should have all the fonts. Huh? Well, this is okay. So now we have a play button, which is cool. And we need to get the picture in there. But I do think that we could make it more interesting. Maybe we can try and do this episode and the like how long it is.
Yeah.
Like they do. And then also I think everything is a little too much of the same size. Like it needs feels a little boring. So I think we could do, I like the title size in the way. I like that it's not too large. So maybe if we make the summary here a little bit smaller, let's say we make it a font size of 0.8 or something, 0.7, 0.6.
What was it Astro called it again? Release week?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
This looks a little bit better, but I do want it to be lighter, which is a problem because that font does not give us lighter, did it? That didn't give us just thicker. Oh well, but it does look better, I think, with it being smaller. So let's do that.
Wow.
And it's a div.
I did a search for Astro Release Week, and what I get is tweets from 2019. How is that even possible?
Okay. And I think we should have that be text wrap. We want it to be pretty. So we do text wrap pretty. Or maybe, and then I think we should make it even smaller than the max width. So we can do max width 50 ch. Yeah, now it's looking a little bit better. This is looking better. And we'll look, and when we get a little image over here, it's gonna look better. So maybe we'll do 60. What are you?
I'm searching on Twitter. It's very stupid. Why do I? It's just a waste of time.
It is a waste of time. Why are you doing it?
Oh yes, but now.
Okay,
now.
I think we only have one season in Slow and Steady, but there looks to be a number, which is actually the number. So that would be the episode. So let's put the number in here. So we'll just do that. Well, I think we should start with the slug. That makes more sense. And then we want the number, and it's going to be a number. And then we're going to do, no, we're not going to do season. And then we go back to episodes. We're going to put that in there. And I'm going to say that it's an aside because it's not really an important part of it's more like of a design thing. So I want somebody who's reading this with a screen reader or, in another way, I want them to get the heading first, then the summary, and then the play button. And then we'll give them some additional info, but then we'll move it up to the top using CSS. So we can probably maybe use a mark for the episode.
I'm searching Astro Release on Twitter from people I follow. And then, of course, there is one guy you can trust on Twitter. It's Paul Scanlon. He says, Astro's release cadence really impacts my pub time. Gonna have to stay home like a dork and learn a whole new lot of stuff for now. Thanks, Astro. Huh?
That is Scanlon. Yeah, because I think now he has to learn Astro DB because he's writing all these articles for Newline.
Yeah. Newline, what is that?
I think it's called Newline. No, it's not Newline. Is it Newline?
What is it?
It's a tech publication.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not this one. It's not. Yeah, it's something like that. Okay, so you can see I used the mark and we got like this yellow. So let's go mark HTML and see what is the definition of a mark. Tag defines text that should be marked or highlighted. So I'm saying like the episode number should be marked. That's maybe being a little, well, maybe that's not correct. So maybe we'll just make it a span. And then the other information we want is the time. So we're going to see how long are these episodes. It should be in here somewhere. Duration in minutes, seconds. Does it have duration in any other way? Duration. Yes. So I'm guessing this duration is then in minutes. No, seconds. Seconds. in hours. 0.5. Yeah, that sounds about right. So we'll do duration. We'll put that into our config that we want the duration. Duration, it's a number. And then we should get duration here in our, and then we'll do a span duration. Let's have a look. Yes, so now we have the duration, and we probably wanted something like this. And I think we already did data FNS, so maybe we can use data FNS to go from seconds to hours without us having to think about it. So we'll have a look at duration. Duration. Format duration. Let's just jump down to the examples. So format duration, and we want seconds. This will then be 9 months. This will be 0 years, 9 months, 0. Okay, that will add the 0. But what if I wanted to, like, I want to have minutes, hours and minutes. Format folder. How do I tell it to use? Maybe it's smart enough to do that for me. So let's do format duration. And I think I need to do my JavaScript in the front matter because I want it to happen on build. I don't want to happen every time something happens. Everybody's watching oh, we're not doing this Copilot. So format duration should be part of data FNS. Yes. Import type. No, just import. Copilot, get a grip. Format duration, and we'll do seconds.
Yes, please, Copilot, because I'm gonna use you soon, and I can't deal with,
It's just giving us seconds, but I'm guessing we can give it a some kind of option. So options.
Yeah.
Format options,
Yeah,
format duration options, and the delimiter string to use.
Delimiter. Never heard of. Sounds scary.
Zeros. But interval to duration, format duration. Like I should be able to get it to be. Oh, so I have to tell it how many minutes or hours, and then it's gonna. Okay, so it's just gonna, what it's gonna do smartly for us, I think, is like saying 1 week if it's one, and then weeks if it's multiple weeks. But it's not gonna take our seconds and make it into hours.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to do seconds to hours.
Okay.
Minutes. No. Now I'm off on a tangent that's not helpful. It's not helping us, is it?
Stop it! Stop it! No, don't do that. No.
But I do want. How can I just get like? This shouldn't be this hard.
No.
I'll have to do the math myself, which is awful.
Yeah, stop it. Stop it.
Well, what we can do is that we can do seconds to hours. So let's try to do that. Seconds to hours. But then we're not going to get, no, that's not going to be helpful. Milliseconds to, or seconds to hours, minutes, date, FNS. Are you commenting and reading your own comments now?
Yes! Lol! Just dolt it anyway!
It's dolt anyways. It's not dolt it anyways.
Oh, I thought it was
It's
dolt it.
well, we can do interval to duration.
I'm
That's
supposed to
cool.
say anyways. Also, I just did it all wrong. You're just doing it wrong.
It's dolt anyways. Hashtag dolt anyways. And if you're wondering what we're talking about,
Don't be mean.
no, I'm not gonna be mean. It's funny. Jason Langstar created this hashtag do it anyways to like get us to get off our butts and just make the content and not like think about all the reasons we shouldn't make content and then procrastinating on making the content. And I woke up last or yesterday morning and I was checking social media. I did write my morning pages first, then I was checking social media and I read it as dolt anyways because do it, the I in it looks like an L, right? So it's
Yep.
dolt anyways.
Yeah.
So I was on his stream yesterday. I said it in a comment. I was like, dolt it, because that's what it's become in my mind, even though like then I'm adding an it. And he was like, what? Is that some kind of inside joke? And then I said, no, dolt anyways. That's how I read it. And he laughed. You can check one of my last tweets. I have a clip to Langstorm's show where he's like laughing. He's like, oh my God, I didn't even think about that, that it can be read as dolt. And I think it might be because I'm not a native speaker. When I see hashtags or like abbreviations, I have multiple languages I need to parse it as. So if it doesn't immediately jump out to me, so what happened when I read this one is that I probably, since I didn't immediately see what it was, I just started reading it more like in Norwegian. So I was like, dolt, okay, dolt. And I didn't like catch that it was do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the fun in that.
Yep.
So here it says you can do interval to duration and then start and then you can end with milliseconds. So that should be cool for us. Formatted duration. So we'll do start 0 and then we'll do duration end is duration times 1,000 because we want it to be milliseconds.
Yes.
And then we have formatted duration. Let's see how that works. It's an object. Why are you an object? Interval to duration. Oh, and then we get the errors and then we can do the format. Okay. So format, we're getting an object here that the format duration should be able to do. Format duration.
Sorry about that.
So now, how does it look? Look at that, minutes and 35 seconds, but that's not really what we wanted. We wanted hours. Why is it not giving us hours? I don't understand. Like here it says hours. Interval to duration, hours, minutes, seconds.
It's mean. It's being
mean. It is being mean. It is being mean. I feel personally attacked by this code.
Too. Yes.
And the thing is, in this situation, it's like I know if I just stopped and spent some actual brain power on it, it wouldn't be that hard.
Yep.
But for some reason, I don't. Because it should be easy. And it looks like it might actually be minutes, shouldn't it? Is it just there's usually 32 minutes. So the format duration for format duration, if it gets hours and minutes and seconds, it should give us the formatted version.
Yeah.
So why is it giving us minutes then and not?
I don't know.
What is up with my brain? My brain is fried. Okay, interval to duration. It's giving us minutes, and we just want the minutes. So what if I then do? So we'll do interval duration, and then we want to do format duration, and we kind of just want the minutes and the hours. So we'll do hours, interval to duration, hours. No. Why are you being stupid? And then we do minutes. It's a full minute. Yeah, it's minutes. And then we'll grab that from the interval duration. And then that should be our formatted duration. And of course, Copilot doesn't, or not Copilot, doesn't know the type, but do we have date FNS types? Date FNS types. With TypeScript. Well, I have installed it. How do I get the TypeScript, the types in there? I was going to do this because it was going to be easier. TypeScript.
Easy. It's never
support
easy.
TypeScript. It does support TypeScript. So let's have a look at the documentation then. Well, at this point, I should go for a walk and like get some fresh air and then come back to it, because now I can't do anything. I almost swear it on stream. Like,
oh, you can't swear. It's totally illegal.
So interval duration. Oh, I hadn't it even wrong. Oh boy. Oh, now it was working. The types are there. It's just that I got interval 2 duration instead of interval duration. Look at that. But we're still getting these weird minutes. Console log, interval duration, and then console log formatted. Formatted duration. Let's have a look. Well, that's after.
Oh, damn it.
So 54, 6 seconds, 54. Okay. So it's saying 54 minutes, 34 minutes. And I want that to go in there.
Yes.
And why is it now then giving me a totally different? Why is it not giving me 40?
I don't know.
It's actually saying 54 minutes, formatted duration, 54 minutes. Why is it not giving me 54 minutes right here?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
I don't understand.
Oh boy, it's because we're seeing episode 11, 37 minutes. Oh God. I'm so
That's
sorry.
evil.
I'm sorry I hadn't styled it yet. So if we put a pipe there now.
Did you actually eat before going on this live stream?
I only had breakfast today.
And what was it?
I ate that at the bakery. It was a toast.
Yes, toast, the cornerstone of every nutritious breakfast.
Exactly.
That's
okay.
straight out of Quentin Tarantino, by the way. Yeah.
So let's
watching
make this
television series on the Apple. It's Slow Horses, and there's this one psycho dude. He's like a real terrorist. He's not like just somebody telling him off, you know. He's a real terrorist, and he looks like Quentin Tarantino's little brother. It's the eyes. He's not smiling, but that's how Quentin Tarantino often is. He's not smiling when he's got these cameos in his own movies, and he's not smiling. He just looks like him. You think it's coincidence? I think not. Yeah, that's just me.
Okay, so we want to do it.
Do you have some sort of snack you can eat?
No, but we should like, we've been streaming for way longer than we normally do.
Yeah, that's life sometimes.
But that's styling for you when you're me, and it's not your bestest work. Okay, so we want to do is it align? I want the episode to go to the left and then the minutes to go to the right. I need to have content in between. So that would be align items. Would it be that? No. It is. Oh my boy. Now my head. After we get this to flex, we are going to quit because my brain is absolutely fried. So I want the things to, I want it to be space between. Justify content is the name. Justify content, space between. And booyah, we got it. And we're going to remove this there because it's not needed anymore. So now we have the episode over there. We have the minutes over there. We're going to pop it down a little bit. So let's do 0.2M from the top and also from the right. And that's good enough for now. We're going to make it, maybe it should be online with everything else. Maybe we'll just do top and not do right and left, because then I think it will just take the same width as everything else. There we go. But we can do with 100%. No, that doesn't work. Let's skip that.
I'm muted myself. It's any day now that the Taylor Swift concert video is going live. Are you ready?
I am excited. My friend has a really good stereo system around her television, so we are gonna go. By we I mean the Pioneer Princess and I are gonna go there, and we're gonna watch the whole concert video.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
So padding top. This is not going to be the most maintainable CSS you'll ever see in your life. But that's fine. That is fine.
Are you the dog in the burning room again?
I am the dog in the burning room. It's fine. It is fine. It is fine. It is fine. Okay. I don't know. We could also do it with a flow where we could do that. We'll do that instead. So I am going to remove this, and then we are going to, now it's all the way at the bottom again. So we have it at the bottom. We want it at the top. So we should be able to do article and then display, flex, and then flex direction column. So it still looks the same. Yeah. But then our aside could have flex, and I think there's a flex order.
Yeah.
Flex. Let's have a look. Flex order. Yes, it's order. Is it just order then? Item order. Yes. So we'll do order, and then we set it to 1, and it should pop up. Shouldn't it?
Yes.
What is the order? By default, flex items are laid out in the source order. However, the order property controls the order in which they appear. Items with the same order revert to source order. So default is 0. So if we say that the default for all of the children are order 2, but then this one is order 1. Look at that. Now it's on top. That's what we wanted.
That's right.
That's what we wanted. Yeah. So I think we're starting to close in. So let's do a font size of 0.8. And then should we have a little bit of a marker behind it? No, we can just give it a different color. 2.5. No, that was not there. Okay. Tell me to stop. I need to stop. I'm just doing all kinds of messy stuff now.
Stop.
Stop.
I'm telling you to stop.
Mm,
Stop, stop, stop. Diddly-lee.
okay.
Okay.
Then I'm stopping. I'm stopping.
I'm stopping and stopping.
Okay.
Astro has no release yet.
Now we kind of, it looks a little bit, and it would be nice to get this little like icon like they had, and a little like mic thing.
Mycon.
But we're not going to do that on stream. Do we have that information? Formatted, published at. They should have a formatted duration. That would have been nice, Transistor, if you had the formatted duration, because then I wouldn't have had to do all that work.
Nope. Strobe.
But should we do when it's, when it's released?
No.
It's not that interesting. For slow and steady, it's a little bit interesting, but for our data in the wild, it's not that interesting. So I think we'll skip it. So I think tomorrow I'm going to do some styling. I'm not going to do all this styling on stream because we're seeing how that works. But we are at least going to make the player where you do play episode. We can do that on stream at a later time. But I mean, this looks pretty. Looks better than what we had.
Yeah.
I need to talk to somebody who's really good with typography. The typography doesn't sit right with me. There's something about the spacing here that doesn't sit right with me. I think it's the padding. So usually, since I don't have any schooling in design, usually I just sit and I like play around with it. So I'll like, oh, does that look good? Well, now it's looking a little bit better. And then I can do like 1M. Let's see. Okay, that doesn't look good. So I'll do the 1.5. Okay, that looks better. And then I don't know why there's so much spacing at the bottom here. Oh, it's because it's the padding, and then it's the menu. Is having. Is that margins on the menu?
I don't know.
Yeah. But what we could also do here is that we'll do margin 0 on all the children, and then we'll use the gap instead. So we do gap, then we only get between, we only add padding between the things. Yeah, that's a way to do it.
So I got a feeling that in 3 hours Astro will come with their thing, because they announced the DB thing 21 hours ago. So they probably have like a schedule. They're following a schedule,
Probably.
I like that.
Probably. And then we might not need that, because see, now we have 1 M between everything. Because of that. Yeah, look at that. We have 1 M between all of the things in here, and then on our H2 we can have a little bit more. No, but it does look actually a little bit good like this. Okay, let's quit it.
All right.
Let's quit it, because
I am down with that. So tomorrow,
often also when you do these things, like you end up and then you're like, does it look good? No, it doesn't look good. I don't know why. Well,
so that's good. You said why. I like that. So what did you just do
today?
Yeah.
So we started recreating the design we have here.
Yeah.
With our code.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm so tired. Yeah, so we started doing it all from scratch. So we created a global CC styles. We did a tiny bit of global styles, and then we've been working on this episode component that we will be using in multiple places. We're going to use it here, here, and there. So that's why we decided to start with that. So the next thing will be to create this little header, and these other pieces are not going to be that.
Chill. That was the what, but why?
The why? Because we want it to look good,
And
we want our own styling on it, and we want to add in these things. And what?
We want people to find their podcasts.
Yes, we do. But they could find them without me spending this much time on styling.
Oh, okay. So that's the difference then between UX and UI.
Yeah, but we also want it to look good because we want to give them a vibe and a feeling when they go looking.
So that's part of the experience part then.
It is. And
then how? Did you have like some kind of structure to what you did?
So this is the part of me making things which I don't have good enough structure. So I really like the idea of using Vanilla CSS and not like have a framework, but I need to get my own kind of starter. So I need to create some kind of like global starter that I will use for my project with kind of the variables that I like and some of the things that I like already set up, so I don't have to start from scratch every time. But I want to get better at that, and that's why I've been forcing myself to do all of these latest projects kind of from scratch. I used to do it way back when. I used to do it from scratch, and then I used Mu for a lot of the React work I've been doing. And then when I've been working in-house, we've had design systems. And then, everybody loves Tailwind, but I find it really hard to navigate. And also in our case, with wanting to have two completely different designs, I really like the thought of styling semantic HTML elements instead of, putting a lot of classes into our HTML. But yeah. You do you. I am doing this to really force myself to kind of learn this side of the craft.
And tomorrow will be?
Tomorrow, I think we're going to make the player. So we've already proved that we can make a player that will persist between the pages. So we're going to be able to press this play button and a player will show up down here and play the episodes, and you can still move around the site.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. Okay then, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Oh my God.
You gotta click the button.
I don't know if I could even click the button. I need to have a little bit of a lay down.
You can. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.